This topic cannot, there's no need to stick to the competition format. It's given to the former Chinese or someone else to knock you out. Everyone can come and see if there are any results now. We've already got 3 cards, namely the first one, the second one, and the third one. The numbers on them represent strength or actual bullets. Everyone can rate them. Well, it's an interesting product. Just pick a card you like for the first one and make sure you choose this number or which group anyway. Go to the network test or believe in me. Okay, let's see what the image of this group of cards drawn is. It's really not bad. Okay, speaking of this set of cards, I'm telling you that there's no need to persist, because no matter whether you persist or not, there's a wand behind things, including Zhang Wei Hao will come. So there's no need for you to force yourself to give up or insist coolly. You just need to feel where you are and let
But you
yourself
can give up anyway.
The fact is you raise on them, they will come to find you. Let me explain to you why I say this. You might be a bit confused. The top 3 cards represent the other person's thoughts, and the 2 cards represent his own thoughts. The my way he wants to buy is likely to be the my way of Tuesday and Thursday. The other party currently has no serious plans for this re-election. No matter whether you two are ambiguous or have not determined the relationship, or are ambiguous or have broken up with the ex, the other party is a serious positioning picture. The serious positioning indicates that the other party does not have real knowledge. Thinking and planning this kind of feeling doesn't want to be stable in this feeling. Listen to it again. So you insist, you try hard, or you persuade him or something, you confess or you recover, and so on. Doing your things, it can't actually affect it, right? Because the earth element is not like the water element. It will listen to whatever is said softly. The earth element is relatively stubborn, just like us, like my economy. I know I was wrong, but you told me I was wrong. So you don't have to persist, nor do you have to do anything to touch him or something. There's no need. These are things you've done yourself. He's not lying in this feeling to comfort him. He might think, there may be some close friends or customers who may not want to be bound by the relationship, or there might be some issues between you two, issues with the current situation. He might feels like it may have been a long time since judgment was passed. So currently, there is nothing set in stone in this version. This is a premise that everyone must know. So, your upcoming feelings, or rather your current feelings, have the option of being at level 6, or they could take failure as an opportunity. For instance, if you've broken up, that's a chance of failure, or if you've confessed, the other party might find some friends or something. Plus, the one didn't handle another one, which is a backup, so it symbolizes no impulse. So even if you two don't confess, you two have a vague relationship. Thank you for your support. Although it's not very complicated, you might feel that everything has changed. He's cold to you, and then you keep supplementing the fire element. You've been cunning, trying to break into his cellar. You may want to hit him, but he's immovable because his earth element is different, or the situation I just mentioned. Another extreme situation. That's exactly how he works, really. He really doesn't have time to reply to your messages. He really doesn't have time for love. But I believe that this state is better, less. Is he a prince? Does he have to manage 20,000 companies? He doesn't even have time to reply to your last date, so I think it's better to go back to the beginning. I think there are some things. He didn't want to give me that secondhand album. So logically speaking, just don't give up this relationship, right? Anyway, it doesn't matter. What you do can't be controlled by the other party. You hit him, and yet he doesn't want to settle down with you. Now, some people are already facing this kind of failure. Why do you still insist on him? But look at the other person. The big brand is another steady move. Because including your future trend is a grown-up society, so I'm least willing to tell you that it's unnecessary. Because whether you persist or not, the result is the same. There's no need for you to ponder every day about what he likes and how I should act to achieve it. What should I do to win back? There's no need for him to play those tricks or do those things. Study this knowledge because the other party's idea is the sun music. Sun music has already told you all the answers when the sun is in the right position. Happy joy. That also represents his passion, his care, and his love for you as a living person. So when the sun appears, it's like the sunlight being drawn back by the mud. No love, no care, no concern, no love. There's no impulse, no passion for you, but the solar declination is also very good because the situation of solar declination is only temporary. The sun is not gone, it's just been obscured by the clouds. The lone cloud will one day disperse, and the sun's rays will shine again. So whether you persist in this relationship or not, the other party will succeed. Beautiful woman, rekindle the sun, reach out with you, go discuss topics with you, don't care too much. Your current state is only temporary, so your future defeat will be a total loss. Flame speed, what I mean is flame speed. Whether it's malicious or ambiguous, you need to pierce that window paper. You need courage. See you in our next program. The best time for the second family insurance. We won't provide this video for everyone to watch. When Chen Zhaohua is on track, it represents good news coming quickly. It has two meanings. The first is good news and the second is quick. So, as a group, I think you don't need to dwell on whether to persist or give up. Persist or give up.
Whatever you say, if you think you can't forget him, if you think about him every day, if you think he's unfair to you, feel insulted, think I will never send you a message again, okay, then you don't pass. In the end, the other party will come to find you. You just wait. You need to queue quickly before watching the performance. Usually online, you only need to count the time, which is 3 months left. Like this kind of thing that's too greasy in August, it's basically all in a month to a month and a half, a relationship between two people can have a breakthrough without pretense. Overall, it's more or less like this. Next week is tricky. Now the manufacturer's annoyance is like a fallen general. Good. This is super invincible spicy and tastes good. The situation in the United States is different, or you could say what you should do would be better. Whether it's better to be steady with him or to care about him a little. If you're confused and don't know what to do, hope to solve this for in Singapore. We have a common home. Great, let's take a look at the personal message of Social Olympic Pie. What does Lao Bai say? This set of cards, I'll just say, take a step first. Don't be too nice to them. Don't have this attitude. Great, don't be too good to him. I'll say 3 important things. He is never a child, I'm telling the truth. Behind you two is you really want to let him experience the pain of losing you. It's that very well. The next 3 cards are the other party's idea. The next 2 cards are your development idea. Indeed, there is no big problem between you two. The important thing is first, you don't realize the pie she drew for you. Second, You have to let her experience the pain of losing you. You need to be a little hot and cold to him. If you two are in a situation of having broken up, don't look for him. Don't send any news. Don't delete him. Don't get angry and delete him or block him. Don't do this. You just don't move and don't find him. I don't care about him. I don't care.
How would you
I
do
do
it?
Well, you can control the other's guarantee of thinking and maintain a recovery delay state. The proof of the Holy Grail dance represents that the nobility has lost the difficulty of the fighter, so you have to think of a way. Forget it. If he wants to continue, then let it be your relationship. The wisdom of the omnipotent master is behind. Start to develop towards new sincerity and start to bring out new things. You have to let him experience the pain of loss. Without loss, he can't reach the dance of gods and demons. Understand?
I've been
That might be him. I'm a bit excited, but it may... I don't understand what I'm saying. The first thing the other person thinks is a new closed circuit. He is an all-powerful one. To put it bluntly, he didn't take everything for you or something like that. Well, when he chose you, he was considering the pros and cons. It could be. I'm thinking about whether to reconcile with you or not. Apart from you, can he meet someone else in the future who is better and more suitable than you? Or, for example, if some parents oppose it, should he listen to you or my parents? This is quite interesting. If that's like pulling a stick, there's a sense of grievance in your heart. He would feel in this relationship. I feel like he's a bit petty. The world is not generous enough. There's no sincere devotion to you. He hasn't done a lot to acquiesce to you. Sometimes his own feelings, he might even brainwash you, saying that he is this kind of person. I just never pour water for women. I just never pamper girls. I think everyone experiences are different. It's a feeling you can understand. You will find that he has a kind of self. Then talk to him and do the right thing in your relationship. You can clearly feel that you didn't keep him, can't keep him. This person seems a bit arrogant and somewhat proud. So the news appears in the current state. It is a balance of pros and cons. You make him feel that he chooses you by balancing the pros and cons. Then it's good that you guys asked again. Actually, there's a new medal. You think it's very beautiful, very good, very hopeful, very harmonious, very healing. So I think you might have created a... You can't say you're easy to bully, right? It's like you've guided him into a certain age import, like he will think you're a very understanding person. Do you get it? When you go home and tell him you are, the child who doesn't cry, but there is no child who doesn't cry. Only children who can cry get candies, not the ones who cry all the time. And in front of him, you're a bit too understanding, too rational, too kind, too something. He's just the opposite. Didn't go to confirm you. So you guys know the legislators of the Health Bureau. The legislators of the Health Bureau will definitely carry out the political commissar of the Health Bureau. The time of the political commissar of the Health Bureau is to point out that the other party has no action. It's possible that the two people are not very familiar, and they are in a state of disconnection and Cold War. According to the state, it's probably chatting once every 3 or 5 days, sometimes cold and sometimes hot. So the inverted position of the Health Bureau is his idea, which shows he wants to regain this right. That is to say, he must understand the pain of losing you, or he must feel uncomfortable after you disappear from his side after losing you. Then he will love you. So the biggest guarantee is to be in the state of his thinking line. I think he will come to you soon, but if you want to strengthen this relationship, you don't want to follow him like a dogskin plaster when he comes to you. You don't want to, you just be a little indifferent. You should also take an earwax to compare with first, Tilly. In the end, you make him understand. It's his loss if he loses you. It's his pain, his discomfort. You have to let him experience it. You have to let him fight for what he has lost, like this device. Only then can he cherish it.